Eric, I couldn't have said it better myself. Truly an amazing organization doing such important work. And this is an exciting day. This is the inaugural Wish-a-thon event here. So the goal today, it's really to raise money to make those wishes come true for the kids who have critical illnesses. I'll give you a look behind me here. These are just some of the team members here who have been fielding calls all day, collecting your donations. To give you an idea, one wish costs about $15,000. So it takes a lot of support from the community to be able to raise the money to send these kids on these trips and complete their wishes at such a critical time in their life. Just some of the benefits of granting these wishes to these kids. This helps relieve stress. It brings hope to them when they're fighting these really critical illnesses, and it really sort of revives them and gives them a new sense of hope, and their families, not to mention. So I want to go ahead and introduce you to someone very special. His name is Gabriel. We're able to share his story with you today, and he is just one of the many, many children who are able to benefit from the Make-A-Wish organization. This is Gabriel's story.
He was a very happy young man. You know, he spread his love around. He was very loving to everybody.
For a little over a year, Gabriel Garcia battled a rare and aggressive form of bone cancer that spread to his lungs.
He was the oldest of four. He's a big brother. He was the best big brother that the kids could ask for. You know, they considered him as a father figure, but he was also playful, my best friend. Honestly, like, it's a different relationship with your eldest child, you know, and he was very easy-going. You know, anything that I'd ask of him, he would do, and he did it with joy and pleasure, and, you know, he loved being that person.
A best friend, a son, a big brother, a grandson, and a major football fan.
Seattle Seahawks, which, you know, he picked that on his own. I'm a Cowboys fan, and my dad's a Raiders fan. He's a Seahawks fan.
As soon as Gabriel was diagnosed with osteosarcoma with pulmonary mastocyst, he'd hoped he'd get a wish.
He knew that cancer's not easy, so, you know, he was like, that'd be like the one thing that I would want to go do is, you know, I would want to get a wish.
Earlier this year, Gabriel and his family got word that Make-A-Wish was sending them to the Super Bowl.
Hey, it's me, Gabriel. Excited to be at the NFL Honors today. Hopefully I can meet some of the biggest NFL stars.
He couldn't believe that he was going to Super Bowl. He even said in his interview after we announced it, he said, "I thought they were lying."
Crystal recalls the red carpet treatment the family received from start to finish.
I'm so excited on the red carpet.
I got more than one wish because I got to go to New Orleans. I got to see Kendrick. I got to meet a bunch of other artists. I got to go to the Super Bowl. You know, and not only just the Super Bowl, but he did get to do the NFL experience. He got to go to the red carpet event, the parade. He was more excited about Adam Sandler than all of them.
But as fun as the trip was,
sometimes he would say, like, I forgot I had cancer, because he was enjoying himself.
Crystal says the memories they made as a family are what she cherishes the most.
The kids hadn't done that with either of us in quite some time. So, you know, that was like probably like our first and last family trip like that.
The mother of four says she's forever grateful to Make-A-Wish and hopes many more families get the chance to build lasting memories.
I would say do it. They don't understand from our perspective, like how much of an impact it is, how much of a blessing it is. It's just so beautiful. And I say all kids are a blessing. Every child is a blessing and they deserve it. And it's sweet to have these memories left behind now that, you know, some of them are no longer with us, and it's priceless. If I could afford it myself, I would have done it myself. But, you know, we can't, and it's priceless.
And then, Jennifer, how much will this donation be?
So as you heard there from Crystal, it makes such an impact for these children and these families to have these wishes granted at this critical juncture in their life. So if you would like to support, we have the number on your screen, that 916 number. That's going to be what you can call. They're going to take your calls right here and happily and gratefully accept those donations. We also have a link on our website, fox40.com, if you would like to make a donation online. And again, the best part about donating today at this this Wishathon is that your money stays local. It goes to children here in our area who are waiting to have these wishes granted. And as you heard from Gabriel's story, they don't always have a lot of time. The time is now to grant these wishes and really bring a renewed sense of hope to not only the kids, but their families as well. As you heard, Eric, it really made an impact on Crystal and her 3 other children as well.
Yeah, and I know that Gabriel and his family probably made a trip to the wishing place, which is where you are right now. And that's what I wanted to ask you about, because yesterday we were discussing you doing this today, and you said, well, I know where I'm going, but I don't know where it is, and I've never been there. And I've been to the wishing place a couple of times. Just outside of Natomas, because I've done a couple of events with Make-A-Wish. And I told you it's kind of like Make-A-Wish's version of Disneyland, because that's where they bring the kids to grant a lot of the wishes. And the kids walk in and they have no idea what's about to happen when they walk in the doors to that place. And it really truly did remind me of just a little piece of like the Disney magic that the kids had no idea that they're going to encounter when they walk in the door.
Yes.
Oh, Eric, you're so right. It's such a beautiful facility. Not only aesthetically, physically, it's a beautiful building when you walk in, but the energy here, actually, since we've been here for about the last hour and a half, there have been a couple of families that have come in to have that conversation about getting their wish granted and talking about what they want, what they're looking for. I heard a story of a 16-year-old boy just a little bit ago who really wanted to go to Hawaii. So this really is a place where you can feel the energy, not only of the kids and the families coming in, but the people who work here, how much they care about granting these wishes and listening to what these families want. It really is incredible.
And Riley, just one more thing before I let you go, and this is something that I feel like is important for the community to know about Make-A-Wish, and something that I did not know prior to working with them, is that when wishes are granted, they're not always granted to kids and families that are facing a terminal illness. It's a critical illness, and so, sometimes it is, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not a caveat for the illness to be terminal for a wish to be granted through Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, Eric, that's absolutely correct. And it's actually a really important distinction, because you would be surprised 70% of children who have their wishes granted here actually go on to live happy and healthy, full lives. And actually, there's a lot of research behind the fact that these wishes are actually a pivotal moment for them, because it gives them that renewed sense of hope and it reignites their desire to fight through whatever critical illness they're battling. A large percentage of them go on to live happy lives. So, you know, as we heard Gabriel's story, unfortunately, one of those kids who were able to have their wish granted before they passed away, but like you said, it doesn't always correlate in that way.